crossbred gilts here. We have 11-2 and 13-1. The 11 litter there is My Intention on Goosebumps on Ever Before. The 13 litter would be My Intention, Never Before, Annie Up.
Yep, so the belted gilt Abby's got on the stick, 11-2. And we get into some of these bigger ones, guys. I think that's always the cool thing about our live sale is this is truthfully a set that's going to stretch from mid-December to mid to late January. And we get into a one like this to the show window. Man, this one is not only ready to show early. I mean, this one can finish. She can be a big girl come June and July. She's not small now by any means. Sal family is incredible. The mother on this one be a littermate to Ellsworth Sparrow that won a bunch of shows in 20. Seth Downing and the Sterling Show Pigs Cruise one litter this spring was incredibly well received. He sold the crap out of them. That gilt would have came from here, be a littermate to the mom of these. Their never before grandmother, Clay, your maybe in-laws are familiar with. She won the Clark County Gilt Show there in 19. She was in the high seller in Columbus. This gilt's kind of been a standout as a little one. I mean, that is a stout mug and a big square chest in one. She's big in her arm and her blade. She's shapely and big up high, and everything fits. She's square, she's sound, she's flexible. I think this one early can rock and roll in a market gilt setting. I think is a big one, a very, very competitive big gilt, and I think guys looking to tie into gilts or sows, pedigree alone and phenotype should speak for themselves on this one.
Yeah, great thing about the state of Ohio here that you can show market, or you can show breeding. Gilts that fit both, and I think this one does fit both. I think early, you're right, she's got the shape and the muscle and the density and the stoutness to compete in that market gilt jackpot ring, and then you cruise her on into wherever you're going to take her and be very happy with the end point, because she's big everywhere. She's big top, she's big centered, she's big legged, she's big footed. She's still attractive, and she handles all that stuff just fine on her hind legs and is flexible. This is the kind that I gravitate towards. She looks like after she's done showing too, she could be a generator in the sow pen. So again, that was 11-2, and now we'll flip over to the blue 13-1.
Yep, 13-1 blue gilt here, and I guess she's never one that necessarily wants to follow stuff. Hopefully she'll cooperate a little bit here for us. Another sow line that's just incredible. This one's mother would have had the Reserve Division 5 barrow at the Ohio State Fair in her gilt litter. Her second litter had the Salopec barrow that the Gorman crew drug around this fall that was champion Light Cross at Texas National. He was reserve at Red River. He was champion Division 1 and 5th overall at Arizona National. So this would be this sow's third litter. She hasn't missed yet, and I don't think she's going to miss this litter either. For a blue gilt, she's stout. She's got big feet and big legs, and she's got the right kind of just natural body shape and curvature to her cage, and one on it's still stout in her skull. And honestly, that sow line as a whole, guys that are familiar with it can attest to this. All of the ones that have won out of that sow kind of look like this one do, just through their jaw and their throat at this stage. Her pigs, you always question if they're just going to be attractive enough up front, and right now today, I would say you would question that, but that sows, the way those things feed, they go up and out, and I promise you, this one's going to be incredibly attractive up front, honestly, within the next few weeks. That's just kind of how those sows pigs feed.
Yeah, and you talked about how stout she is for a blue. She's stout for any crossbred gilt. I mean, she is stout all the way to the ground with big toes and good spread, and like Garrett said, he knows how these pigs feed genetically, and from the shoulder blade forward, you may question her now. I think Garrett's right. I think as she gets bigger, you're never even going to have to worry about that, because she reads that she's going to continue to grow, get tall-shouldered and attractive fronted, and to have that much bone, you're always going to stand out, and then she's blue on top of it. So again, we had 11-2 and 13-1.